Hello, hello, everybody. Yes. Gabble, gabble. You got all the toys. Well, hello, hello, everybody. Pardon me, Max? That's purple. Fantastic. Let's put this here. Or on the floor if you prefer. Is that good? Is that good? Well, that was loud. I have an idea. Look at this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this. Here, you throw that now. See if you can throw that now. Good job. Look down to determine to throw that on the floor. Can you solve for floor? Well, that lasted all of 12 seconds. Okay, set this up again. 1, 2, and see if there's one more here. A little bit longer. Okay, there is 3. All right, you tried to solve for that. Boxes are the best, aren't they, Max? Can you solve? Well, hello, everybody. So good to see everyone joining us. Bird Love, Sylvia, Suzanne, Carrie, Becky, Tiki, Carrie. I've already said hello to Carrie. Raising Cane's here. Sherry, Suzanne, Cheryl's Park, Marco. Mango. Mango's in the house. Hi, Valletta. Tango's here. Yeah, it's exciting. Well, hello. My goodness. Okay, your brother's being noisy. That does not mean that you have to be noisy, okay? There's some rules. Brother noise does not equal Max noise. want some eggies? Bok bok. A bok bok bok. A happy bok bok for some eggies. Do you want eggies, honey? Huh? Oh my goodness, we got a super from Tango. Tango says, outside it is snowing, winter's not green. You are here now, and this ain't no dream. You will make everybody happy with eggies and fun. I'm glad you've arrived. Now this poem is done. Folks, send up some hearts for Tango's wonderful poem and say thank you. Help me say thank you to him for the super. Just send up some hearts. We love you, Tango. Do you want some eggies now, Max? Is it eggie time? Hi, Anne-Marie. Eggies. 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 I got eggies. Oh, Mama, eggies in a cup. I got eggies for you too. Oh. Hi. Okay, the eggies, not fingers, honey, eggies. What's eggies? Get you some more in a bit. Hey. Yeah. Max is quite enjoying this. It's just so dainty how he eats.
Okay, for the
No, that's not what I wanted. Good job, Max. Oops. Need to fix something here for a second, folks. Sorry, I set the oh my goodness. There you go, Max. You're on Facebook now. My goodness. You're on all the platforms. Yeah, it's just a paper cup. Oh, Dorothy's not here today. Bird love, say hello to Dorothy. Hello, Einstein. Einstein's in the house. Oh my goodness, so good to see everybody. Mango is 26 and Max is 31. Or wait, is Mango 27? Oh no, I'm losing track, folks. Help me out. Yeah, 26, says Sylvia. Good, good. It's actually kind of neat. You're seeing a few reflections from the window on the wall behind Max. And we had a big vehicle go past, it was reflecting things, and the light on the wall changed. So good to see everybody. Very tasty. Mango's currently campaigning for a fresh bowl of water. His was clean an hour ago. Yeah, that's life with birds. You need to update things all the time. Did anybody see what Parrot SOS posted? I think it was yesterday. She did an amazing skit of Polly. She dressed up as a parrot. And oh my gosh, it is hilarious. It's about biting. And if you haven't seen it, go check it out. And when you check it out, tell her you want to see more along that series. I think it's brilliant. Right, Max? Yeah, that's somebody walking on a roof over there, honey. You don't walk on roofs. Do not get any ideas. Please do not get any ideas. It's only people with ropes attached that are and harnesses that are allowed to walk on roofs. You wanted an apple and you wanted to try it. Well, you know what, Max? You might be in luck. You want one? I'm going to show everybody. We're trying to set new records for the cost of apples, apparently. So I got this from the grocery store. This was delivery. I want you to take a wild guess how much I paid for this. Yeah, Parrot SOS Robin. Parrot SOS Robin. For this one apple. It says just picked on it. Take a wild guess how much this apple cost me. While they're guessing, I'm going to cut you some, okay? I'm going to cut you a ring of apple. Mango. Look what I have. All right. We got a ring of that apple. Max, please do not throw this one. You've got to enjoy every single bite. Oh, Parrot says 21 billion. Tango says 1 billion. Carrie says $3. Burb Love $2.50. Tango $2. What do you think, Max? How much was this apple? Who's gonna fall off their perch when I tell you that this apple was $6.99? I know I fell off my perch. Now, I'll explain why. I ordered a bag of apples and I did grocery delivery. And whoever was picking groceries did not understand the difference between single apple and single bag of apples. So instead of, this should have been about 99 cents for that apple. Yeah, they charged me for a full bag of apples. This is actually the second time they've done that to me, but it's a little bit surprising when you order a bag and you sure? Okay, he does not want. You want? All right. Chico says yes to the apple. Would you like a different size piece? Let's try a different size piece. Right? Yes. How about a wedge? How about a wedgie wedge? Okay, Max does not want his apple. Max, what do you want? You want some pasta? You're spoiled. I'm gonna put the apple in a cage. Maxwell, I have pasta for you. Hi, bud. Oh yeah, I did call them on that. They didn't know how to charge me for just one, so I actually ended up getting it for free. They just refunded me the bag because they did not deliver a bag of apples. And they had no way to just charge me for one apple. So, yeah, but, you know, if I'm not paying attention, you know, how expensive that stuff gets, right? Hello. Yeah, so Tango, it actually ended up being 0 because I debated it. Max, you got those crunchies. You got crunchy crunchies. Are those good? Mango. Mango. Good job, Mango. Yeah, Mango just wanted a bit of love. Well, you said you didn't want an apple, honey, so you don't get an apple. Oh, Anne Marie's leaving us. Well, thanks for joining us, Anne Marie. Good to see everybody. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, that was a whole flock of. I'm gonna go some more. Little pigeons. Friend of yours, Max, your Uncle Kay had a problem with pigeons on his balcony this week. Oh my goodness, folks. So the coffee mug of the week, it is this mug right here. And this mug, if you're new, we always sort of do coffee mugs. I've got a little bit of a coffee mug collection, and it's really eclectic. And the mugs come from different friends, and they all have a story behind them. This one, I know the light's kind of bouncing on a little bit weird, but it is Oscar Doe, designed in Canada. Discover Canadian art, and this was actually the artwork here was done by a native artist. Mango might not approve. Mango. And this cup was gifted to me by my friend Sheila. And Mango, that's enough, please, honey. My friend Sheila is the one who used to be T-Kel's mom. So very special mug indeed. Very special mug indeed. Oh, Bird Love says my morning doves are coming to my feeders. Bird Love 2 has a fun little YouTube channel. She occasionally posts a few videos from her backyard. Go check it out if you haven't already. Bird Love, you can make a comment about your channel if you want. Raising Cane will allow that through. Yeah. Well, Mango, the fly pasts are going over top of Mango as well. You can see them from his window. I'm going to go over and ask Mango what he needs. If he's quiet, are you going to be quiet? Give me a minute, folks, and I'll be back to comments. Just helping out Mango with a water bowl problem. Oh, Mango. boy, folks, that was noisy. Yeah. Barbara, we are in Canada. Yeah, no, Mango was just getting a little bit upset. He made a mess out of his water bowl. He was thirsty, and the help was not helping out. So I know I missed a few things. So I'm just going to go back for a second. And I've got a few people who are celebrating anniversaries over on YouTube. And I always like to recognize these anniversaries. And then I'm going to hop into Facebook comments in a minute. So if you're on Facebook, don't go anywhere. We're here for a bit. Tango has been a member of Give Us a Bok Bok for 16 months. Big round of applause for Tango. He says, new meaning to golden apples. Marco's been a member for 15 months, and he sends some of the super cool emojis that we've got. Entire flock and a Bok Bok. So thank you. And a couple of really cool anniversaries there to recognize. Our supporters program on YouTube. And Barb and Birds has been a member for 14 months. So awesome. Our members program on YouTube, completely optional, folks. But it's got a few perks. You get some extra posts, some behind the scenes. You get early access to daily videos. As soon as we upload them, we release them to members. And then we do the full release at the usual time, 8:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So members get early access there. They get some super fun emojis. And they get recognized. You'll see little icons beside their names so you know who they are. It's awesome. But you know what? Even if you don't subscribe to that membership program, it's only a few dollars a month. It's, buy us a digital cup of coffee. But even if you don't subscribe to that, I'm going to tell you that watching our videos, commenting, liking, and just being part of the flock, that supports us too. We love each and every one of you. If you're not subscribed, make sure you beat that subscribe button and keep checking stuff out. So Max, we've had a couple of really good videos. We had a video last week called Hop on Pop that everybody loved. Really heartwarming one with Max, with my dad. Max figured out that Dad's wobbly. If you've been following for a while, you'll know Dad had a major stroke. We've been going through a lot since early October. Yes, our channel. Mango. Our channel suffered a bit because, we had our time split. I'm just going to go close Mango's door. Mango, you've got fresh water. You've got tasty snacks. Be quiet now. But not right now. Okay, honey? Hush, hush. I know, Mango. Mango's turn comes after Max. Yeah. He sure gets loud, doesn't he, Max? But yeah, so, your support always matters, watching videos and whatnot. So that video with Dad, just really heartwarming, Hop on Pop. My dad, that's who I call Max's grandpa, but he's doing really, really well. But Max noticed that he was wobbly, and Max wants to be on him, but Max does not appreciate wobbles. So Max thought carefully about the situation, looked around, and decided that he was going to sit on Dad's walker. Great solution, and I think Max actually prefers it to walking on me. The walker glides, nice and smooth, very comfortable perch. My arm bobbles a bit more in comparison, right, Max? But yeah, Max found such a great way just to be close to Dad, and Dad loved it. One point, I haven't posted this one yet. There's a little bit of a blooper video when I picked up Max to take him outside to go poop, brought him back inside, and let him go back on the walker. And Max looks at my father's fingers and said, "Can I evict your fingers from the walker?" No, Max, no, you cannot. Dad's pretty calm. He's not too worried about it. And as soon as I gave Max a little bit of stink eye, he went, oopsies, I guess it's not completely my walker then, Mom. So yeah. Yeah, so that was kind of fun though. It really was. Max enjoyed himself with that. This week we had a video that's going fairly big from Friday, and it was just Max walking around the house. And I had a few people comment, "Wow, you're lucky you don't have neighbors." Well, we don't have neighbors right now. We've got empty lots on either side of us. It's muddy and rocky and dirty out here. It really, really is. But open lots, open dirt lots. So it's very, very muddy on either side of us, and they are building houses on either side. So it's just a case of when those go up. Both sides had sold signs, and then the sold sign on one side turned to a for sale sign again. So I'm not quite sure what they're going to build exactly when they're going to start. But Max is loving neighbor TV. They're still working on the house right behind us, and it's amazing how quickly it goes up, right, Max? Max watched them dig the hole in the ground. He watched them pour concrete, build the walls, lift the walls up with big cranes, put a roof on, put shingles on. Now they're doing the siding, right, Max? And Max is really, really enjoying watching everything that's going on. I think he's going to be pretty upset when they finish building, right, Max? Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so we just took a walk around the house and gave you a little bit of a look around the house. We had a walkthrough with the builder this week on a few things were outstanding. Fellow from the builder, folks, I'm going to say I've not been impressed. If you're in Calgary and you want to chat about builders, I'm not going to throw the name out publicly here, but I'll happily chat privately. But yeah, builder dropped a number of balls. There were some things I identified 2 weeks before possession on cleaning, like paint on light switches and outlets, silicone on my countertops, like a whole bunch of finishing stuff where somebody was sloppy. And I'm going to levy the word unprofessional. Make sure that was cleaned up before I moved in. Didn't happen. On move-in date, pointed it out to the person who's supposed to take care of anything immediate. Nothing happened. Not impressed. And I was super, super clear about it. So yes, this week when the builder came in, different person from the builder, really nice guy. He actually seems to care, and it's really day and night. The other fellow explained to me how busy he was with everybody else. And I mean, great, I get it. I'm number two. Probably not the impression a builder should leave you with. But I'm being honest, right? That's honestly my feel about it. But this fellow, he treated me pretty good. And he made a comment about, I'll just bring in, we've got some really great chemicals that'll clean that right up. And I said, well, here's the problem. And I've communicated this loudly. No solvents around the flock. He looks and goes, oh God, this is not going to be fun to clean up. And I said, yeah, lots of opportunity. It's, you're going to have to find a way to do it without killing my flock. And, it's going to be a little bit of elbow grease, but the builder brought that on themselves. And I asked about things like house numbers. I don't know about you, but living with a paper sign in my upstairs window with a house number, instead of having numbers on the house, didn't make me too happy. My Wi-Fi system in here is not working. It's touted as part of the house. I've got a temporary sitting on the floor. Nobody had gone through working of house systems with me as they were supposed to 2 weeks prior to possession. Somebody was sick and the person walked through, had no idea how anything worked. And stuff like this I can figure out. Things like light switches that are misconfigured. I've got a 3-way switch, And the electrician who wired it, I don't know how somebody passes journeyman not understanding how to wire a three-way switch. I mean, you click one switch, you click the other switch, then you come back to click the first switch if you'd like a light to turn on. You can turn off from any of the switches, but next time you turn it on, you've got to change the position of both switches before the one of the switches will actually work. It defeats the purpose of having multiple switches, right? So there's been a few things, and to be honest, I didn't chase them as much as I could have. If I didn't have dad in the hospital and I didn't have mom to worry about and everything else, I probably would have been chasing a lot harder. I probably would have been fully moved by now. As such, I'm still finishing off the move. Last thing to come after packing up everything from the other place are the big pieces of furniture. Just going to hire somebody to move them because, I'm not going to be carrying those myself. But things like my bed, it would be really nice not to be sleeping on a cot. So we're getting there, right, Max? But the flock is fully set up. Only thing it's missing is one of their big perches because it does not fit in a car. And it'll just come with the movers. So it's big furniture. Yeah. 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 Well, the really funny thing about it, all of these small things, I can fix them myself. I could grab myself a ladder to get up to the ceiling and take down the what hotspot that's not functioning and reset it and maybe take it back and see if I can get a warranty replacement. But it's supposed to be working when I walk in. I shouldn't have to do that. I can rewire electrical. I shouldn't have to do that. I can go out and purchase a bit of insulation, some of the fire insulation that's missing in a couple of places in the basement. Once again, shouldn't have to do that. So, you know, it's I can clean paint that's on light switches and on bathroom tiles and everything else. Shouldn't have to do that. I can fix silicone gaps. Shouldn't have to do that. So I mean that list kind of goes on, right? But the fellow who's here this week, he seemed a little bit shocked that the first fellow had not done anything, suggested maybe he was unaware. And I said, oh, hey, a bunch of this stuff was identified within a couple of hours of possession because that's when I had my home inspector come through, because you would not let my home inspector come through before that. So it was identified within a couple of hours of possession and emailed across. So yeah, a little frustrating on a few things. But yeah, you know, yeah, I know, Love. It's supposed to be complete. There's this builder that I used to have a really, really good reputation. Not anymore. Not anymore. It is kind of sad. And the one thing that they say about customer service and everything, you can screw something up and you can fix it. You can screw things up royally, you can fix it, but it is all how you treat somebody and how you approach things. People are never going to forget the way that you made them feel. One time I had my motorcycle in for repair and I got it back, and I had them replace the chain, both tires, and a couple of other things. I didn't want to do the chain myself, and I figured if it's in, I'll get them to do this. I get it back, and I park it back at work because I just ran out at lunch to go pick it up, or mid-afternoon to go pick it up. And at the end of the day at work, I go out to my bike, and I look, and I go, oh my, there's scratches on my rims. And I mean, I was fit to be tied. I took pictures. I was spoiling for a fight. You do not scratch my motorcycle rims. Um, I've changed my own tires, but I could tell that these were fresh marks, and the same mark was on both rims, so it wasn't a rock or something. I took pictures. I sent off, I basically documented it. I'm ready to go, and I called in, I sent an email. I called in the morning, and I said, I've got a problem with damage that was done to my bike. Oh, just a moment, ma'am. I'll get the manager. Okay, I didn't have to fight with the manager. Great. Manager pops on, says, I saw your email. And I'm so glad you contacted us. I went and looked at our equipment. We lost one of the pads that protect the wheels from scratches. And we're not sure when we lost it. So we're reaching out to all the customers who had things happen to see if we've, how far back it happened. Should have been inspected every time. Completely our fault. We are so sorry. And you know what? That just knocked the wind right out of me. At which point, suddenly, you know what? The scratches are not so bad. I understand these things happen. They took ownership. They made it right, not just for me. They didn't sweep under a rug. They actually contacted people. I knew somebody else who'd had their bike done a couple of days previously and got contacted by them to see if there were any problems, any scratches on the wheels. They did things right. And something like that, I mean, I went from screaming somebody was incompetent, never taking my bike there again. They destroyed it. This is the end of the world. To this is one of the best companies. They're accountable. Things happen, but they're accountable. And all it took was a sincere apology and taking ownership, right? And that I think is really what it comes down to. So, it's not so much what happens, but how they deal with it. It's sometimes surprising. But yeah, that's my rant for the day. I know sometimes we just get chatty, don't we? Don't we? But yeah. Bird Love says, same with the business that replaced my fence. They subcontracted the job out and installed with the horizontal boards facing towards neighbors, supposed to be the other way. You pay good money for that, right? You spec it in. And yeah, Raising Cane says you get more with honey than you do with vinegar. And I usually don't approach on attack. I approach and I say, hey, there's a problem. How are we going to deal with it? And then I've got the guns at the ready if need be. But usually, the first thing I do is I bring up a problem and see what happens. But, emailing and saying, hey, here's the current list of things. Please let me know if you disagree with anything I brought up. By the way, they haven't disagreed in 2 months on my list of emails, so I expect everything there to be dealt with. Um, and there's a few things that they might try to argue about, but they really cannot argue about it if they've dropped the ball that badly. You can't say I didn't communicate it out, but yeah, usually I would have been on the horn a couple of weeks later saying, when's this going to get dealt with? When's this going to get dealt with? Instead, it looks like it's going to get dealt with now. And the fellow I'm talking to, he seems really easy to work with and really eager to get things right. And he's an older fellow too, not a young guy, an older fellow. He's been in the industry for a while. He appreciates that, yeah, you buy something, you expect that companies are going to use subcontractors, but you expect them to be accountable for the work of the subcontractor, right? There's a few things that are paint flaws where whoever painted this place, I don't know who they hired, but the first time I ever painted, I think I did a better job on cutting corners and switches in. They want to come in and fix all of that at the 1 year mark. I'm probably going to wait for a warm summer day. I'm just going to open up the windows and do it myself because I don't want to wait a year for that stuff to be done. But that's my choice, right? So yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Raisin Keen says that she has a purple Kawasaki Ninja. She has not been riding in a long time. I've got a gray Honda VFR 800 sport touring. A lot of fun. I've not been riding in a while either. I actually have dead batteries, and I've got to figure out how to get it over here and where to store it. But all things one step at a time, right? Right. So we had our members that I'd recognized. Barb and Birds, 14 months. I know I called her out. Sylvia sent us a super sticker, €2. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Ooh, I like this. Q&A suggestion just popped up over on YouTube, and I just tossed the question up. Is there a song stuck in your head? My question on that one is I'm thinking to myself, it might be head. Wouldn't it be fun if we got it stuck in everyone else's head too? By either naming it or doing a short with it? Toss it out. Let's see. Gonna grab the other phone on Facebook land. Oh my goodness, we've got some star senders. Let's look at our star senders. We've got stars from Cheryl Graham. Thank you, Cheryl. Linda. Oh my goodness, Linda has sent 1,000 stars. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you to all of our star senders. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Jocelyn. Hi, Marson. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly. Georgia Peaches Gray's here. Georgia Peaches Gray actually sent me a couple of questions this week about how heavy Max is. Max is 1.5 kilograms, and his brother Mango is just a little under 1.2 kilograms. See, I pay attention, Georgia. I love that you took time to send us a question. Hello, Jocelyn. Oh my goodness, Cecile, Susan, Kath, Peggy. Hi, Peggy. Helen, Kathy. Oh goodness, Peggy. Yes, it really is amazing to see everybody here. Yeah, and do you have a Bok 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 for our Facebookers? Bok Bok. Can I get a Bok Bok Bok? Maxwell. What are you looking at over there? Oh, I see what you're looking at. You are looking at somebody on a lift way over there. Can I get a Bok Bok Bok? Bok Bok. Do you have any box to give today, honey? Bok Bok. No box to give. Okay. All right, Facebookers, I'm going to put you down for a second. I'm going to grab my YouTubers, and I'll just show YouTubers what we were just looking at out there. I don't know if you can see the person on that orange lift that's moving, but he was way up in the air a couple minutes ago, and Max was watching that. So yeah, that's just out our front right now. A little bit embarrassing. Yeah, I still don't have blinds up, but you know what? That'll come. That's on me. The house numbers, I think, that tick me off the most. Right, Max? Yeah. Oh my goodness, Max. Are you watching what's going on out there? You sure are. So there we go. We'll just come in front for our Facebook people. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, so I do have two phones up, an old one, a new one. Oh my goodness. Yeah, neighbor TV for sure. Oh, Maureen has one for Song Stuck in Your Head. Carpenters, Won't Last the Day Without You. Oh, that's an amazing one. Herb Love says that she needs to watch Birds Online to stay sane. Absolutely. I know, Barbara, consumers are definitely more aware than they used to be. Yeah, you know what? I actually prefer new house to old house. It's small stuff. It's all small stuff. But it does need to get addressed, right? It's, you kind of expect it to get addressed. It will get addressed. It's just the timing of getting it addressed that I think I'm frustrated with. But hey, and I think it's because I'm number 2. Raising Cane says, what about This Is the Song That Never Ends? Maureen, before it was Muskrat Love by Captain and Tennille. Ooh, some good ones there. Oh, yes. Tango, we love that you were here today. Barbara's got a fantastic question. Barbara asks, Did Max and Mango and company get upset with all the construction noise? Here's something really neat about the new place. I have this one's built high energy efficiency, and it has triple pane windows. That means when you're outside, you can barely hear the birds, even if both Max and Mango were going off. And that means inside, you can barely hear construction noise. Yesterday, I heard wampa 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 of a couple of Chinook helicopters flying overhead. Not sure what they were doing in Calgary, but there was a short line of them, and they were registered to, I believe it was the U.S. Navy. So they were up here for a flight. I heard those, but most of the construction I'm not hearing. One day I was hearing they were building the walls for the house across from me on the lot right beside me, and they were, they had the power tools out, they're banging away, didn't hear any banging. What I did hear, however, was their music. And I poked open the side door, and it was clear they didn't speak English. So I just basically mimed that I was listening to their music. I did a little dance to it. And then I sort of shrugged, and I just sort of pointed out that just lower it down a little bit. Just lower that volume down just a tiny bit. And they turned it off. I said, no, you can lift, just waved, I said, no, you can leave it up, but just not too loud. And they understood me. It was just like they got a good volume, and I gave them a thumbs up. I'm happy with the music. It was just the person I was on a call with for work could hear their music. They had it absolute full blast. So, they were really good about that, but the banging doesn't bother at all. We hear a little bit from outside, but not much. I mean, old house, I'd hear every car that drove past. So really, 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 really good in here for sound. I was shown a little bit on operation of the solar panels this week. I was showing a bit on this one's got a really high-tech air circulation system, and they walked me through that as well. This is all stuff that you don't know because it's brand new technology. It's stuff I've never had in a previous house. And quite honestly, I've not had time to research and figure out how all of it worked. I just sort of looked and went, well, right now the house is good enough, and I can figure it out later when I have a few hours to research it. But it was far better for somebody just to spend 10 minutes and walk me through what I needed to know. A few of the settings on one of the systems was not even correct, but that was how the house had been delivered. I had not done any research on settings. Only thing I was concerned about was the humidity and making sure that the humidity is not too high, because in Canada, especially with newer homes that are well sealed, if you get too much humidity in the attic, you'll have the top of the attic is cold. The moisture will freeze into frost and turn into icicles. You'll have layer frost and ice on the top underside of your roof. When you get a melt like a Chinook, it melts because your house gets a little bit warmer and the roof gets a bit warmer, and then you have something called attic rain. Yeah, rain's supposed to be outside, not inside your attic. But yeah, we got a super chat from Barbara. Oh my goodness, $4.99 from Barbara. Awesome. We've got a couple more songs people are tossing out. Bok Bok Marco. Thanks for coming. Oh, Kookaburra says, I forget about Big and Loud too. Barbara, by the way, Peace Train by Cat Stevens. Ooh, Cat Stevens is fun. Yes. Love that song. Maureen does too. Cat Stevens. Oh no, Bird Love says, I just opened the door to throw nuts out to squirrels, but had to close the door fast because people are burning wood in their fireplaces and allergic to smoke. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Barbin Birds, $4.99 super sticker. Thanks, Barbin Birds. Yeah, send up some hearts and a thank you. Oh, Maureen says, love this Canadian flock. Join us. She's been a member of Give Us a Bok Bok for 16 months. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, and actually, if you are a member, you get a free featured super chat once a month on your monthly anniversary as well, which is kind of fun. That's why we're getting so many green boxes. Ooh, another song suggested, Moon Shadow. Yeah, Birdlove says Cat Stevens might not be well known outside North America. Oh, so very, very true. Happy Saturday, Susanna. Hi, Denise. Hi, James. Yeah, Max is being pretty quiet. Hi, Andrew. Andrew says, love Max. Andrew. Andrew is pretty cool. He's a member of some of the Moluccan pages on Facebook. So yeah. Happy Saturday, sweet Max. Oh my goodness, another super sticker from Maureen. $10 from Maureen. Give her a heart and give her a thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Send up some hearts to say thank you. Wow. Yeah. You know, I noticed a few people in the chat are a little bit worried about politics, and I'll say, I don't blame anyone. But we try to keep this one a safe space, somewhere where we can get away from some of the worries in the world, right, Max? Max, would you like a block of wood? Ah, you want a block? You gonna chew it or you gonna throw it? You're gonna chew. You gonna chew on that block? Gonna chew chew? There we go. I just love how dainty Max is with his beak. Oh, you're done? You're done? Oh my goodness, a few people in chat on YouTube and folks on Facebook. Feel free to join in on the chat as well. I mean, I try to sort of bounce back and forth a bit. Are asking about a date for Parrot Palooza. We actually were talking about that this week with the Parrot Club. Nothing is solidified yet. But we were talking about setting a date. So once we do have a solid date, I'm definitely going to communicate it out. And what we'll do is we'll set up a group for anybody who's thinking about doing a trip to Calgary. If you're doing it around Palooza, we'll set it up so that you can hook up with other Max fans who are coming out. If we have a number of folks coming out, we might see if we can get a hotel block. Might be an opportunity if people are looking to save a bit on hotel and room together or something. Might be able to have some connections there, and we'll see if we can make it into a bit of an event. If people want somebody, to meet up with others, it's an opportunity to do so. And I think that's part of the fun. So even if you're traveling solo, you're not necessarily traveling solo. Doesn't mean that you have to participate, but we'll make sure that there's lots of opportunities to meet up with Max. We'll make sure that there are lots of opportunities, not just with the show, but maybe a group trip organized out to Banff or something. So we can definitely have some fun with it. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh dear. I got a little bit quiet. I was actually looking out the windows. So here we go. I'm standing in front again. I think. Hey, you want that again? I think it's I've got really, really high ceilings in here. And when I say really high, I mean really high. And I think that the microphone makes up for the echo. And if I'm standing behind, it assumes I'm background noise. What scritchies? Oh, yeah, Max. You're such a good boy. Supposed to get warm today, Max. You go visit Dad again? Yeah? So, Max, I took the car to the car wash last night. Calgary had water restrictions on because we had a major water pipe break in December. Those restrictions were just lifted yesterday, and my car badly needed a wash. Now, some car washes were still open because they recycle the water and they don't use as much water as you might otherwise think. They filter and recycle, but no, Max. But my car, it was a ball of mud. It was the point where I went out a few times to wash the windows, and the windows were, you couldn't see through them. They had so much mud on them. So I just washed the windows, and I was driving a mud ball. Got into an argument the other day with my mom. She said, "That's not your car. It's not red." And I went, "No, apparently my car is dirt brown today. But yeah, this is my car." I know, Max, I know. But yeah, I got into a lineup for the car wash, and I thought, well, it doesn't look too bad. I could, where I was filling up, I saw about two, maybe three cars in line. I thought, oh, that won't take long. And then I drove around and I discovered where the end of the line was. I'd already paid for my car wash, and I normally go to a wand place and do it myself rather than a drive-through. But I thought, this will be quick and easy. Famous last words. Well, I'm sitting in line and I realized just how slow the line's moving. And it was over an hour and 15 minutes before I got to the car wash itself. And my car was so muddy, I could actually have driven through it twice. It still has a bit on it, but it's much better than it was. So, I mean, hey, I'll take that as a win. Is that good, Max? Is that good? I know, buddy. You got a feather on your eye. Yeah, feathers on the eye are not good. All right, I'm going to come back to comments. Raising Keen made a comment, Burb, I'll just come get you. Oh no, Bird Love says, I can't count the number of times I've had to crawl along airport floors, dragging my carry-ons because of being abandoned. You know what we do, Bird Love, when we are planning out things, if you're interested in coming, but you're worried about that, we see if there's anybody else flying from a location near you. And maybe we see if we can combine flights and have somebody who can give a hand. Because one thing I've noticed about all of Max's followers, they're beautiful people. They care about others. And I'm sure that, if we had a situation like that and somebody else was flying from a nearby location, you could coordinate and maybe come in together on the same flight and just coordinate the flights so that you knew if you needed help, and if you couldn't get help, there would be somebody there who would be able to advocate and give a hand. Absolutely. One tip, if you are traveling like that and you need assistance, make sure that you put it when you book with the airline, you get a flag attached to your ticket that you need assistance. And what I would probably do if I were you, even if you don't need it, ask for a wheelchair at the airport. Just ask for a wheelchair at the airport and see if, because if you flag for that, they will have somebody meeting you, transferring you between flights and walking through with you. They do take the disability request with uh, needing a wheelchair transport at the airport very seriously. So that's a tip. But yeah, we can chat about that offline as well, and I can see what solutions we can find for you. But there are some ways that we might be able to advocate for you and help get you out here, right, Max? Yeah. And also, if we're doing a group effort thing and a bit of an event around Palooza, what we can do is, if I know that somebody has some mobility challenges, I'm not going to pick a venue that's got a lot of stairs or a lot of walking. We're going to pick something where there are lots of opportunities to sit and something where the access is really, really easy. Yeah, maybe we'll have a group of people who want to go on a longer walk, in which case we might sort of meet up at a spot, have a few people just sort of hang out and visit with each other while we go on a slightly longer walk and we look back to them. There's always ways that we can accommodate and still have a really, really lovely time. So absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, Max, I know. Pumpkin. I know. Yeah. And Max is really good at accommodating, right, buddy? You even ride on walkers. My father's discovered that his walker, now he's seen Max riding on it. Oh, why did I pick you up, honey? He's discovered that his walker can be used to transport items. So he's discovered his seat is a great place to carry items. So yeah, Max, you taught him that. My goodness. Oh boy, you want to go for a walk, buddy? Okay, let's go for a quick walk. All right, you want to go here? All right, what I'm going to do, folks, I'm going to end the Facebook stream, and then I'm going to keep YouTube going for a few minutes longer, and I'm going to take the YouTubers on a walk with Max, because I can only handle one phone. But Bok Bok, everybody, I love that you joined us here on Facebook. Hi, Linda. We love you all. Bok Bok, everybody. Right, there we go. Okay. So Max is currently climbed up on my arm, and I'm just going to snag the camera. All right, Max, there you go. Are you done there? Oh, hang on. Let's zoom this back out. Zoom out. There we go. I think we're zoomed out. There we go. Max, why are you so far on my arm? All right. I'm going to grab this too, okay? There we go. We got your wooden block. So we're going to look out the window. You're going to look out the window? All right. So right now, living room furniture, we've got Tico and Tical. You want to come over here, Max? Let's look out the window. Let's look. Oh, there's a shiny red car. Shiny and red. Those are going to be new show homes over there. Oh, boy. I know. Oh, you want to walk. Okay. There's Tico. Let's go say hello to Tico. Hi, Tico. Yeah. All right. And there's Tical. This is not necessarily where they're going to end up sitting. Right now, I just don't have a lot of stuff moved over in terms of big furniture. There's one of the air filters. Walk through here. Oh my goodness, Max. Yeah. Your bedroom's back here, isn't it? Look out back. What's out back? Is that the house you've been watching them build? Is that the house you've been watching them build? And some big equipment out there too. Yeah. Yeah. Don't put beak prints there. Yeah. There's your bathroom. We're not going to have a shower right now, hon, but I'll take folks in and show them your shower setup. It's right down there. And there's the spray bottle. That works, doesn't it, buddy? Yeah. Yeah. Did they finish at the house? Oh, they're still working on it. They've got most of the siding on. I'm not quite sure why they left a little gap in the window, but it's likely that that's too small for being a pass through for construction supplies. So yeah, I'm not quite sure. I'm sure that there's a method to the madness. Oh boy, Max. Okay. Now, Max, can you help me open up your door? Yeah, your room needs a clean, honey. Your room needs a clean. Here. I'm gonna open this. Here. Wanna go in? Look. You do not want to go in. Okay. Where do you want to go, honey? Where do you want to go? Hi. You go inside? Step, step. Oof. You don't want to go inside. This is the one problem when Max goes to bed early. He gets a very different opinion of what he wants to do. And right now, he is attached to my arm and does not want to step off my arm. Do you want to go on your cage, maybe? Hey, there's Mango. There's your brother. Hi, Mangs. Hi. It'll be Mango time next. I know, Max. You want to go in? Doggos. Nope. That was a nope. All right, let's go look out the window again. Let's go look out. Let's go look. It's the same window you see from your room. Alexa, current temperature? Max, it's 12 degrees. Okay, Facebook people, your call. Give me a thumbs up. Do you want me to walk outside with Max? Okay, Max, we're gonna come over here. I need a second hand for a minute. Sorry, folks. I've got a coat sitting there and a, whoops, no, not on the floor. Ah. Okay, Max, can you go there? You set there? Where's your paper? Let me put some paper down here quickly. So you got something to go on. Sorry, folks, just bear with me here. Just need to get that set. Okay, Max, I'm gonna go get the holder for the camera. Right, Max, we're gonna put that there. I'm gonna drop this down. Oops. Okay, folks. Oops. Wrong one. That's the one I want. Okay, Max. I'm gonna go get a harness for you. It's 12 degrees, so we can step outside, okay? Where's your harness? Well, it's not bad, but maybe a hoodie as well, okay? So we've got a harness and a hoodie. That is your brother's harness. Sorry, folks. Let's try this again. Harness, buddy. How did I do that, honey? Turn around. Turns. Turn around. Thank you. Yeah, I just realized I had his brother, Tico's harness, and that was not going to fit Max too well. All right, here we go, Max. Here. One wingy. Two wingy. Oh, I know, honey. I know. Let's go under the wing. Stand up tall. Okay. Excuse me. All right. There's one harness. And we grab the white hoodie. Such a cute one. Let's put it on next. You want to put on your hoodie? Super. Super. Let's get that wing. And let's do this. There. So Max is ready to go. Do you want to go for a walk? Out front or out back? Where do you want to go? Front or back? We're going to go outside for a minute. Oh, it's taken a while to get Max to this point, folks. It really has. I think your brother is jealous. Good job. Oops. Got caught. Let's go out front for a minute, folks. Sorry. Woo. Sorry. Woo. There we go. There we go. Yeah, it's gotten pretty warm out. So I just need to find shoes. There's one shoe. There's a second shoe. And I need to get the door. All right. Okay, Max, we're going to step out the door. Sorry, folks. I'll fix the camera in a minute. I'm just shy one arm. There. I need to fix my slacks as well. These ones are way too long. All right. There you go, Max. How's that? How's that? Yeah. My goodness. What do you see? My goodness. Yeah. There's the house. Yeah. Wow. Is that nice out here? We're walking. No, I don't need a jacket, folks. I'm bare armed. If I take Max out, I go out bare armed. Yeah. Walk down here a little bit. Yes. Oh, where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? Yeah. What do you see? Yeah. All the empty lots, huh? All the empty lots. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. There. Where do you want to go? Not a nice walkway? Yeah, it is. It is. Are you warm enough? Okay, folks, let's walk down this way for a minute. There. This is going to get down by about a house here. There we go. Oops. There we go. You can see the roof. Those are all the solar panels. Got 10 solar panels up there. Isn't that cool, Max? Unfortunately, there's no netting up there just yet, so we can have pigeons nesting there. Not a good thing, but yeah, Max. There's the car that's all shiny and clean. Isn't this a treat? I'm not sure how many houses there's in Kane, but the right across the street from us is a second portion of the same area. It's a different division of it that they're building. And it started out as an empty field, and it's slowly building up, right, Max? We sure get wind here, though. Yeah. Oh, here's another thing. It needs to get fixed. Look at the tripping hazard down here. Yeah. the floorboard and the concrete are not quite set up right. Do you need to go poop, Max? Oh, it's windy. Do you need to go poop, poops? Gotta go poops. No? Okay. Okay. Here, you want to go inside? Let me see. Oh, look at that big raven. Oops. I know. It's scary. There he is. Huge raven over there. It's actually really cool to see the big ravens. You go inside? You go back in? Is that grass? Well, yeah, they laid it too late in the season. And it's also winter here, so we don't have any grass growing right now. Yeah, I'm actually not too worried about it. I'm planning on hardscaping the front, just so we've got a patio for Max to sit on. This is going to be kind of fun. We're going to watch this person drive down what he thinks or what they think is a road. They just realized it's closed at the end. U-turn. U-turn. Oops, sorry, Max. And they're going to have to go back the other way. So yeah, this is what we watch a lot of. Oh boy, Max. You want to go inside? Want to go inner sides? Yeah? Yeah, they're just doing a U-turn over there. Yeah. Because only half the road's open. I know, Max. I know. Oh, there goes a pigeon. Yeah. All right. You want to go inside yet, or you want to just stand here? Yeah, I bet nobody expected Max to go outside today. You want to go back in, Max? All right. I need this hand. We're going to go in. Good job. Now, Max, you got a choice. We're going to take off your hoodie and your harness. We'll do that on camera. And then you get to choose where you're going to go, okay? You're going to go onto your perch. Step. There's Max. Don't chew on that. Max, you do not chew on that. Max, well, I don't need any help. Let's make sure that's on camera. Okay. You don't help with that, okay? Mama's got to do it. So there's one. There's two. Excuse me, you do not chew on that. No chewing, okay? You have to fix that if you put a beaky hole in it. That's not fair. Let's get this one off, okay? Your harness. I know you want to help, honey, but you're not being helpful at all. You are not being helpful at all. Okay. There's one. There's two. Excuse me. Notice he never chews on it when he's outside, but as soon as he's inside, he says, time to go get undressed. Good job, Max. Okay, grab this. Walk it over. Put it down. Good job. Oh, clean time. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Good job, Max. Coming up. Uppity up. All right, folks, let's see if he wants to go home now. He might just be showing off because there's a camera. Here, step. You want to go in? You want to go on? Okay. Max, look what I got. Oops. I need a second hand here. What I just put inside. I put fresh water in there too. And He might even have a cookie. Hey, Mango. Mango, come on up for cookie. Come on up for cookie. Hi. Good boy, Mango. Do you want a cookie? Yeah. I don't want to bring Mango out until Max is somewhere. Yeah. There goes Max. Hey, Max. What do you see? Yeah, cages are fairly tight together, so I'm just keeping a close eye that somebody does not hop onto the wrong cage. Hi, French Paul. Yeah. No, we just walked outside. Now we're back inside. Hey, Max, I got one for you. I'm going to put it in your food bowl. There, food bowl. There's more light in here now. There's Bangs. Yeah, I'll get Mango out once Max is in, because I do not need them jumping across cages right now. Uh-oh, you got a treat. Oh boy, Mango. You're the best boy ever. We're going to get some loving as soon as Max goes in. As soon as Max goes in, okay? What are you doing, Maxies? Can I get to Bok Bok Bok? Oh, absolutely. Brother sharing rooms can lead to arguments. The problem is how close those are together right now. I need to shift it, but before I shift it, I need to sweep the floor. I managed to shift cages into the wrong positions. Right, Max. Right, Mango. I need to shift things a little bit here. Yeah. I need to sweep and mop the floor. And move cages. Oh boy, Mango. I love you, Mango. You look so good. You had such a good shower, didn't you? Yes. Maxwell, how about you? You want to think about in? Yeah, I'm getting some weird stripes on the phone here. I'm not sure if it's the light that's causing it to pick up oddly. Yeah? You think YouTube's off. Please tell me it's still on. Yeah. Hi, Mings. Okay, Max. Good job, Pumpkin. Good choice. All right, Bud. Good job. Yeah, because I wanted Max to go inside. You notice what I just did there? I just wandered over slowly. All right, Mango, sweetheart. I'm going to sweep up and move the cages before you come out, because you otherwise will end up on somebody else's cage. Yeah, I got to give you a quick clean. I know. Max is having a munchie. So, folks, I'm going to say thank you to everybody for showing up for the stream. I know, isn't that just amazing how much space the boys have? Yeah, they got their own bedroom. It's amazing. Folks, we appreciate every one of you. Bok Bok. We'll stream more later. Take care. What are you being noisy about, buddy?